first time I went to India and I practiced with Guruji, and I had a lot of fear. I was so afraid that I almost could not sleep in the night. But what surprised of me was the weekends. In the weekends, he with his family would organize some little tour near Pune with the buses. We would go all together. We were eating. They always had the organization. Somebody was cooking. We would eat food with the banana leaves, and it was possible to talk with him, to ask him questions, and he was available. He was sweet. He was nice, and this was a real surprise for me. This is one of the things. He could be so gentle, he could be so sweet, and so available. At the same time that I had terror of him when we were in the class, so much that I would hide on the back of the column. I used to hide. The first year I used to hide on the back of the column, and then every asana, he would run from one side of the room to the other side of the room and correct me and then go back to his place. And I remember I used to watch where he was practicing, and most of the time was to practicing away from the entrance, in the other side where he was practicing even now. So I would always put myself near the entrance on the back of the column and say, maybe today he doesn't see me, he forgets about me. And I used to do my personal training. What I was telling to myself, I say, when Guruji comes close, I should keep my eyes open. That was my goal. Not to shake, not to move the eyes, but remain. And of course I did. Then slowly, my relation with him got better. I didn't have so much fear. But it was beautiful, the change. When we were outside the class, he was a very sweet, gentle person with a big heart, happy to be with us, happy to talk with us, and happy to spend his free day going around with us. And sometimes I tell to myself, would I spend my Sunday with my students going in small trips? I have students that come sometimes to Florence. Would I spend the Sunday going to see San Gimignano or Siena with them? I don't know. And he did. He used to do. And so I keep this in my heart because I saw this beautiful side of him, and this is a big treasure I have inside.
Coming from the Western world, in years where discipline and relationship between woman and man, authority was very challenged in the Western world, how was it for you to be confronted to such fierceness and authority during class? He was a very demanding teacher.
It was. I never thought much about it. It's. Of course, the Indian mentality that the man is always superior to the woman, that annoyed me a lot. Every time I saw things like this, I noticed these things, both in the yoga classes or outside in India, I was really annoyed about this, to be honest, even now. And. But for the authority itself, no, because again, I come from a family, from an Italian tradition, from a university where there was a real authority. So that did not bother me, and still does not bother me. And because if the authority is there for me to learn, it's okay.
He was carrying naturally this authority also. He had the credibility and the strength.
Yeah, he had.
In the younger lineage now, do you think it's going to be a challenge for teacher and student to find the proper balance between the necessary authority in class and in the process of studying, but also this thing of relationship and real authority that comes only from credibility, knowledge, and something that is emanating.
So I think that for a person like Gita ji and Prashant ji, this is not a problem. They have the authority. They have the authority, and the authority comes from the knowledge. And so I don't think there is, for the moment, there is no problem about this. But since the beginning, I noticed like some teachers, when they go back home in their own countries, they impose the authority without having the knowledge. And that is not nice. That's not good. And I've seen this a lot. And unfortunately, the way like Guruji was, that was so beautiful because the authority was coming from his knowledge and also from his energy, from the fire he had inside, is not something that can be copied, something that you can repeat. So I've seen teachers teaching, not in Pune of course, around, shouting, screaming and beating people with absolutely no idea what they were doing. So this is a problem, and this has been a lot and did not help the name of the Iyengar yoga, and I hope we will not continue, and because the authority has to come from the knowledge, from how you are, from your personal practice, from the work that you have done inside. And the authority that Guruji was using in the class was for us. Was to help us to give our best, was not something that he wanted to use because he liked to use. And that's why I say outside the class he was not using this. He was a very gentle and nice person. It was only for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. What surprised of me was the weekends. In the weekends, he with his family would organize some little tour near Pune with the buses. We would go all together. We were eating. They always had the organization. Somebody was cooking. We would eat food with the banana leaves, and was possible to talk with him, to ask him questions, and he was available. He was sweet. It was nice, and this was a real surprise for me.